or they just hear that like the only way to go is abstinence, and they're like, if they do choose to have sex, like they don't really know what to do at that point, and they're just like, well, vote for the best. So like I like was very like prepared like to like take my safety into my own hands or whatever.
I think so. I definitely think so, because removing people from information that's harmful to them in the long run, you know what I mean? And so rather than like preaching abstinence only or something like that, they should provide more education on it so that we're better informed, I think, to make, you know, better decisions.
Yeah, you know, anyway, your typical boy learns about that.
I probably got the best like factual information from school, and like I didn't talk like that much with my family, but they were just like, okay, you're on birth control, like good. Like take it. And like wanted to like give me like the protection I needed, but didn't really want to have to deal with it that much. So school was good to just like hear the facts and like do with them what you will. But and then friends you never can really trust, like the information that they give you. It's like, you know, it's all hearsay. So
I think probably more of the consequences of sex I learned probably from school, in terms of you know, pregnancies and disease, or the merits of maybe like abstinence was kind of preached, but not really. I mean, they were pretty realistic about that teenagers were going to have sex. But I think the actual like physical, like how to have sex or what sex really was, I definitely think I learned more from my friends and even from, I mean, magazines, the internet. I mean, whatever prepubescent or adolescent boys will do. That's mainly where I learned my sexual education from.
Well, I'm like a huge believer in like giving everyone like the information they need when they're ready to make the choices that they're gonna make eventually. If you don't learn the skills when you're in high school, it's kind of hard to like find out later, like, you know, go about learning on your own.
No, not really. Actually at both schools, really nothing. They were both really comprehensive, and you know, I don't really see them providing us with anything else. They provided us, you know, with free condoms, basically let us know, like I said, the consequence of having sex, and you know, I don't think, maybe a good time to maybe think about having sex, but I don't know if they could really like, you know, provide a perfect example. You know, it's not always going to be, you know, when you and your girlfriend feel like you're ready. Obviously, you know, things happen. People have, you know, emotions and hormones, you know, running all over their body. So, I think they did basically what they provided with me with. I think was the best they could have done.
Okay, my teacher was very like old. Like she's very like this old lady and very like out of touch, and like that wasn't really good. But I mean, that's not really about how it was run in general. So I think it does depend on the teacher a lot, though.
It's probably not true for everybody, but when I had sex ed, it was, I mean, it's an uncomfortable experience when you're hauled into a room at 11 and like sort of going through these things that you know are happening and you know is going to happen, but to have to like discuss them outright is slightly uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And I think it was made worse in my case by the fact that like at 11 or 13, the boys in the class probably weren't prepared to have this discussion. And at my school, in the end, we ended up having a separate session for the girls, particularly to do with like the puberty talk, that where sex was sort of involved but not the focus of it. Mm-hmm. I don't know how helpful that was for me personally, but I know that other girls appreciated being able to talk about it in an environment that felt more open and free, because the boys weren't there sort of making their little jokes.
They could have maybe even added on some section on like drugs and alcohol, like, and the influence that has on people having, I don't know, making poor decisions maybe, and having sex. They could have spent a little bit more time on that maybe. In like a college, more collegey, I would say, instead of just high school, wait to have sex, that whole thing. They didn't really spend much time on like how alcohol could, spin things a little bit in a different light.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out, cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now, cause you don't have another day. Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of that night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we'd get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking